Perhaps the strangest tale told of Stirling Castle concerns no princeling born of noble blood, no warrior born, but a monk, albeit a monk of a most curious kind. John Damian, Abbot of Tongueland, self-styled magician and alchemist to the court of the Stuart kings. Oh, he was a boast and a braggart, was Johnny Damian. Said he possessed ancient mystical knowledge, that he could fashion for himself a great pair of feathered wings, and by muttering charms and incantations known only to himself, hurl himself from the castle battlements, flapping and fluttering his way to his birthplace in the kingdom of France. A ridiculous proposition. He came from Dundee. He was fooling nobody. But he was undeterred. He stood up on the battlements one summer morn, those great feathered arms spread wide by his side. He could feel the tiny fronds of the feathers on his fingertips fluttering in the early morning breeze. He closed his eyes, raised his brow to meet the warmth of the summer sun, and tried to close his ears against the mocking laughter of the lords and ladies of the court who came to heap derision upon his lunatic crusade. But he would have none of it. Slowly at first, with greater force and vigour with each passing moment, he began to flap his arms by his side, until at last he cast himself into the void, crying out as he did so that there was no greater power in the universe than that of the human spirit. Unfortunately for Damian, there is. You might have heard of it. It's called gravity. Now, on the third attempt, you have to give him credit for that, the boy was a trier. His life ended when he collided at high velocity with a pigsty and a farm at the foot of the castle rock, which is an unpleasant way to go, whichever way you look at it. Ghost hunters in Stirling have long complained that sightings of our fluttering Friar have been few and far between over the years, but to my mind, they simply neglect one small but oh so important detail. As unlike most of us spooks, John Damian has his own transport. If you look a few short miles from here to the nearby Falkirk town of Bonnybridge, there locals often tell of seeing strange objects fleet through the night sky, though they claim that they are evidence of unnatural alien life forms walking amongst us. And believe me, if you've met anybody from Bonnybridge, it hardly wants to talk. But should you be of any doubt, should you visit that town, you see some strange object in the night sky, as to whether it may be of ectoplasmic or extraterrestrial origin, there is one sure and certain way to tell the truth of the matter. Close tight your eyes, breathe deep of the still night air, and bearing in mind what he landed in, if you smell what I think you smell, either Damian's back in town, or you've just trodden in something.